The hottest ticket on Broadway this season is The Year of Magical Thinking. The one-woman show starring legendary actress Vanessa Redgrave is based on the best-selling memoir by Joan Didion. Our national correspondent Jamie Gangel recently had the rare pleasure of sitting down with both women. Jamie, good morning.
Good morning, Matt. The play is what theater should be. Ms. Redgrave is mesmerizing, and Ms. Didion's words clearly touch the audience.
This happened on December 30, 2003. That may seem a while ago, but it won't when it happens to you. And it will happen to you.
The Year of Magical Thinking is based on the true story of how writer Joan Didion first dealt, or more accurately, could not deal, with the sudden death of her husband, John Gregory Dunn.
You think I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy because otherwise I'm dangerous. Radioactive. If I'm saying what happened to me could happen to you.
The play is a stunning collaboration by two forces of the creative world. The words of award-winning writer Joan Didion, channeled by a member of acting royalty, Vanessa Redgrave.
I hear my own voice. What I hear it saying is this. He's dead, isn't he? The doctor looks at the social worker. It's okay, the social worker says. She's a pretty cool customer.
When you first heard Vanessa Redgrave perform these words...
It was in London in December.
And how did you react?
I flew back to New York, practically in tears. It was so moving to me.
Sold out for months, audiences love it, but the play almost never happened.
I read that when Scott Rudin called you about making the book into a play, you immediately said...
No. My first thought was, I've never done that. Why would I undertake that now?
I did not need help.
But once Didion agreed, there was only one actress she trusted with the role, Vanessa Redgrave.
Oh, this is amazing.
Now 70, she has won every major acting award, and her career is filled with extraordinary performances. Blow Up, Isadora, the Oscar-winning Julia, and Howard's End, to name a few. But this role, Redgrave says, had a special calling.
I felt absolutely compelled. You get times in your life when you know you've got to go and you've got to do something and be part of something. To me, it represents a leap in theater writing.
The story recounts how Didion engaged in magical thinking, a kind of temporary insanity where she was unable to accept her husband's death. If she didn't give away his shoes, he would come back.
Primitive cultures operate on magical thinking. If we sacrifice the Virgin, the rain will come back. If I keep his shoes.
But there is a new twist to the play. Just after her book was published, Didion suffered yet another shocking loss. Her only child, 39-year-old Quintana Roo, also died.
You've talked about how writing the book helped you deal with your husband's death.
Made me able to think about it.
Made you able to think about it.
I had no way of even forming the thought before I started writing it down.
Did writing the play?
Yes, it did.
Do the same thing?
Yes,
for your daughter's death?
All those floating things that float around anybody's mind. As a writer, if you can write them down, then you can control them to a certain extent. They're not just floating there unresolved.
In fact, Didion calls the play a manual for survival.
When we saw her tonight in the ICU, her hair was damp and matted from the fever. I've been trying to brush it since the day after Christmas, but cannot. I could always brush her hair.
What do you hope people will take away from the play?
If I never acted again, I have been part of something that I rejoice to have been part of.
I hope they'll feel that they've had an experience they're not going to easily forget, and that it sort of broke them apart and put them back together again.
Matt, I have to tell you what surprises you so much is how much humor there is in this play, given the tragic subject matter. You do find yourself laughing and crying and nodding in recognition. If you have an opportunity to see this play, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It really is extraordinary.
Just the small clips you brought us, Jamie, were incredibly powerful. I thank you for that, and a great interview with those two ladies.
Thank you.